Zack's name doesn't have a K in it. Jesse. His last name has a K in it, but his first name does not.
ZAC.
Unless he just forgot it, but we should still go by his deck list here. So there we go.
Chris Boozer doesn't look very happy. I wish he would smile.
Well, we're ready to watch your match when you guys are ready to
What
play.
are these guys' records? 2-0? Unknown. Oh, all right. Chris Boozer went first and no play. Dislike. Ooh, Zack Hicks. You ponder. What's he going to ponder for? I think he's going to ponder for Heartless Summoning.
Yeah, well...
What kind of man plays 2 Sphere of the Suns? I question this now. 2 Sphere of the Suns.
Why? You want him to play 4?
That's, to me, is the kind of card. I mean, like, there's certain cards that 2 is a strange number of that. Now, if you're playing like the green-red ramp deck, 2 Sphere of the Suns, if you have 2 Sphere of the Suns, that's like rampant growth 5 and 6. But this is a unique feature to his deck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that is a little odd.
Like maybe you think of it as Heartless Summoning 5 and 6, but it's not the same thing at all, so I don't think of it that way.
So Chris plays a second Seachrome Coast and passes. Zack now with a Dark Slick Shores and a second Ponder. And I see Solemn
Simulacrum.
and I did not see the other 2 cards. In his hand...
There was a time when you would like turn over like Solemn and 2 lands and be like, oh, I'm keeping these. He's playing Control. Right? Oh, he's going to keep it anyway.
So he keeps... Didn't quite see...
That was 2 lands, right?
I couldn't tell.
He's got a handful of lands.
He's got a lot of...
So,
yeah, he's definitely
like,
got a couple of lands in his hand.
I mean...
So, Phantasmal Image there in his hand.
At this point in 2012, you got to expect something like this going to happen, not being a pure Control deck on the other side.
So, Chris, Dark Slick Shores and Lingering Souls.
Oh, you know what? Zack has no Monoleaks in his deck, so Chris is just going to slam down like Intangible Virtue Flashback, and there's just going to be nothing to say about it. And this seems like a terrible matchup, actually, for Zack's deck, now that I look at it. He's got Massacre Worm to get back into the game, but, you know, an atrocious Spirit.
And, yeah, so Phantasmal Image from Zack copies a Spirit.
And Chris is like, okay.
Yeah. Chris now pondering.
He's going to go for, like, Virtue or Vapor Snag, right? Then probably has mana for a flashback. Or you could just go, you know, do you trade half a card for a card? Actually, it's a quarter of a card for a card there.
Yeah, I'd be fine with the trade.
Swing, sure.
No, he'll just go with a gut shot.
1 for 1. Take 2, flashback probably, right? No. He's leaving up mana. He's got Mana Leak in his deck, right? 4.
Yeah. All right, so
I guess his assumption was that Zack has something, right?
yeah. Chris takes
Solemn.
out the image with a gut shot, swings in with some spirits.
Yeah, no way
Zack
this is
now
resolving.
plays land, Solemn Simulacrum, sees a mana leak from Chris, and Chris now with 2 spirits, 5 lands.
You know, I bet Chris has a Snapcaster Mage so that he can flashback the... I think he was trying to get the Mana Leak in his graveyard. See, he didn't flashback. He's got a Snapcaster Mage.
So 2 spirits into the red zone, pass back to Zack. Zack playing Heartless Summoning can't seem to find one, and even if he finds one, it's not going to resolve.
What? He can't stop a Heartless Summoning.
Chris can't stop a Heartless Summoning by mana leaking? Oh no, you're right. He can't mana leak. I'm like, he can just mana. Oh wait, no, he can't.
It's not Counterspell.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you're right. Can't stop a Heartless Summoning.
Dismember one. Oh wow.
Pay 3, kill a quarter of your.
Like right now, Boozer's thinking like won the lottery. Flashback, yeah. I have so many tokens, I need to go dig one up.
Yeah. And 2 more tokens off of Flashback Lingering Souls from Chris.
If you're Zack, you had to have read Boozer for Snapcaster Mage at this point, right?
There's a Heartless Summoning.
Yeah, you can't stop it, so... Tevs is worth Walpert would say. Tevs.
What is that?
Whatever.
Ah.
Tevs.
And it resolves, passes back to Chris.
I mean, Zack's on a 5-turn clock here. It's not like he's dead.
No, just
Unless there's a virtue here. And there's a virtue.
So it's a 2.5 turn clock.
Change things a little bit.
It's a little bit.
No, there's a gut shot in the graveyard. So it's
No,
6.
it's a 2
Yeah,
turn
so
clock.
6. And then he'll like flashback gut shot for 1 and get the last 2 power with the Snapcaster Mage EOT if there's nothing special coming on. Haven
There's a
Glitch.
Haven Glitch.
It doesn't look like it blocks to me. He's like reading it. He's like, is this worth countering? I think he'll do it because he gets the clock in. No, you don't want him to be able to. I think you. Oh, maybe he doesn't have the Snapcaster Major Mono Leak.
He's got the leak in the yard, but must not have.
Oh, maybe he has Midnight Haunting. He has Midnight Haunting, then no probs.
So, Solemn Simulacrum from Zack.
Oh, and sorry, did Zack have 3 lands open? I thought it was only 2.
No, I think he had 3.
Oh, okay. So that would also be a good reason not to just throw my Mono Leak away. Still, another virtue, and I guess that's Game Voice.
Yeah, that was rough. Zack finally starts to find some footing, and Chris is just like, I'm gonna kill you.
We gotta look at Zack's sideboard because this looks like a matchup that he could just never win on the virtue of the cards, right? Like he has no way to interact with anything in a profitable manner. It's like Tragic Slip and Dismember, Ponder, and then like the rest of his deck is like incredibly expensive creatures.
Yeah.
Like it's like Solemn Simulacrum is 4, Massacre Worm's 100, Phyrexian Metamorph is 3 or 4.
It's got a Frost Titan in there. I love that. I just like to see it. Just one.
Runescar Demons 700 mana.
Yeah.
Frost Titan 600 mana. Haven Glitch 500 mana. Skin Render versus Lingering Souls token.
If he resolves Heartless, the whole thing is that the Heartless Summoning.
And if he doesn't,
that's the problem. That's the problem. We saw Heartless Summoning way too late there.
So, so what's he got in his sideboard? Phyrexian Ingester? What I don't.
That is the
this
blue
one's,
one. This is.
We're gonna have to go to the library.
It's like it's like remind me of Duplicant a little bit, but it's
7.
Yeah, imprint. You exile target non-token creature, and it gets +X+Y, where X is the exiled creature's power and Y is its toughness. So,
when would you want a Phyrexian Ingester, Joe?
At the same time, you'd want a Duplicant.
But it costs more than a Duplicant, and it doesn't. Doesn't a Duplicant also like 187 the guy?
Yeah, well, that's you're exiling target non-token creature, which is also against a token deck, right? He can exile a Delver. I pay 7 and get +1/+1, or maybe +3/+2. Yeah, I don't think he's bringing in Phyrexian Ingester.
Let's see, Phyrexian Metamorph, Wormcoil Engine, Spellskite maybe. I mean, Spellskite's not even that good. Like in this match, Black Sun Zeniths could be okay. Sever the.
I think to sever the bloodlines is reasonable. Just a slow wrath.
These cards are so slow. Like, I think Chris only loses if he's horribly mono-screwed.
Number 1.
The thing, if Zack gets an early Heartless Summoning, things get out of hand quick. But that's the problem. That's the if. That's what it hinges on. Heartless Summoning showed up, what, turn 6, 7?
It's a black permanent, right?
Yes.
So Celestial Purge, Dissipate, Negate, Revoke Existence. I mean, if the matchup is really about Heartless Summoning, I think that Chris can keep Heartless Summoning in check.
He can. But
he has Revoke Existence and Celestial Purge, and then a handful of counterspells that he can just counterspell whatever. Even if Zack has Heartless Summoning, still have to tap like 3 or 4 lands to get like whatever the thing that he's discounting.
So you have 6 mana, and you tap 2 for Heartless Summoning, and then you pay 4 for a Titan. That sounds great. You tap 6 mana and got a Titan. I don't really like Heartless Summoning as a deck.
You actually got like a smaller Titan. Like
yeah.
It's not even the full Titan.
But you paid 4.
He's more gigantic instead of Titanic.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen these Heartless decks get out of hand.
Oh, I could respect the Heartless deck.
It's
Don't get me wrong. I just think it's a horrible matchup.
Only if Chris can't counter it, and or just doesn't have the counter spell and doesn't have the Celestial Purge.
Look at how awesome Vapor Snag is in his deck against this deck of all incredibly expensive cards.
Yeah.
So he's gonna bring out Gutshot for sure. So 3 Gutshot gone. Maybe Thought Scour. Oh, Soren's kind of chunky. If you just, I would bring in 3 Celestial Purge and then some counter spells, and probably. Do you bring in Revoke Existence? It has text. I mean, like Heartless Summoning, Spear of the Suns, Solemn Simulacrum. Wormcoil Engine's so bad in this matchup. You bring it in, right? Revoke.
I'd bring it in. Why not?
Image is actually kind of redonkulous.
It is.
He spends all of his resources getting out some insane guy. Like you get a better one. Like. Let's see what they actually do. I would love to see Heartless do well. I just think that it's not positioned to do well in a format that's dominated by Delver decks.
Well, there's a Darkslick Shores from Zack.
And no action.
No action.
There's a Darkslick Shores and Delver. The maximum action. Zack didn't kill it. Ugh. Not a good start. Oh, water, I'm getting water.
Sure, thanks. All right, so Zack now pondering. Keeps, draws, passes, does not have a second land drop. Well, that's rough.
And
that's
what
so
was
rough.
revealed? A leak was revealed? This is the time of day where I say to myself, you know what? I think I will do better in this tournament if I don't have to play out these next 3 turns. I won't have to think about them.
Well, maybe Zack has a plan. We'll see. Chris in with the
I
Insectile
wonder if
Aberration,
this is going to get leaked.
and Zack plays a Heartless Summoning into a Mana Leak, which he knew was there. So hopefully that was part of his plan, getting it Mana Leaked.
I mean, you can't hold it.
Right, well, that's what I'm saying.
He's outlanded.
So, Delver in for another 3. Zack finds his 3rd land, plays Phyrexian Metamorph, and pays some Phyrexian mana for it. And we have a
Midnight
resolved
Haunting.
Metamorph. So, it copies the Insectile Aberration. And Chris resolves Midnight Haunting.
If he has a Vapor Snag here, it's going to be a beatdown. Oh,
Or Revoke Existence.
It's fine. Just 5. Just 5.
All right, Zack, come on. Make it a game. And Jace the Mind Sculptor. Oh, wait.
Jace the Mind Sculptor's not good enough in this spot. I hate
Probably
to break it
not.
to you. Oh, that one's good,
Black
though.
Sun Zenith, yeah.
good.
Okay.
So
I
he
like
gets,
it. I
he
like
gets
it.
1 card for 2. Soren, Lord of Innistrad. Unlikely.
It's just a one of, but
I don't. Oh, he's probably gonna has another haunting.
kind of a Jace Memory Adept. I just want to see Jace. That's all. I just keep. What are they gonna play? Jace, some variant.
Does Chris's deck have Moorland Hunt? Yes.
And there's a second Heartless Summoning from Zack.
Well, this would be an interesting comeback
It
because that
lands.
thing just stuck.
And there's an Entomber Exarch.
That's like the duress, right?
Yeah.
Snapcaster Mage for Leaky Leak. Yep. Perilous Mirror.
Perilous Mirror for free kills the Snapcaster Mage.
So basically a 1-for-1.
Yeah. All right, land from Chris, pass back to Zack. Both players with nothing on board but lands. Chris with a Shimmering Grotto.
Uh-oh.
Runescarred Demon gets dissipated.
This is what we thought would happen, though. You know, you get to that spot, even when you have the Heartless Summoning, they can still counter-target spell. Chris needs to do something proactive, though, because if Zack gets, like, one thing, like,
Yeah.
that one thing can carry the whole game, right?
So, Lingering Souls from Chris
All
and
four.
Flashed Back. So,
Black Sun
Storm Count 2. Yeah, I mean, it's a Massacre Worm
Good
is
enough.
a little bit better, I think.
Good enough. Oh.
Massacre.
Well, we got to count the text on that. Is that 4 triggers, too?
It's -2 for all the creatures, right? Whenever a creature, so it's, yeah, four triggers.
That's 8?
8.
Wow, this might be a comeback. Delver of Secrets.
I'm rooting for the underdog. Come on, Zack.
Who's the underdog at this
well,
point?
before it was Zack, and now he's coming back.
It's 6 in, that's a 2-turn clock. Oh, that's a bad ponder.
Ponder from Zack.
Wow, this was a sick comeback. I mean, it's not over, right? But
No, but is Chris's life total? Should he be at 4, or did he just take the 8? Was that what it was? Was he at 20? He was at 20. I guess that's what it was. Mm-hmm. You changed life totals so fast, I didn't catch it. So
sever the bloodline. Boom! 1 turn clock for Zack Hicks.
Delver gets severed, and Zack in with the Massacre Worm.
Ooh, he didn't pack. Oh, how's he at 7 life? Oh, because Heartless Summoning makes it -1. Okay,
yeah.
Got it.
Oh, and we see a Vapor Snag in Chris's hand, but oddly, he kind of doesn't want to snag the Massacre Worm.
I mean, he's gonna. So he's going for Midnight Haunting. I think I would go for like Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah.
First of all, you have. I mean, it just so happens Chris has 4 Midnight Hauntings, but you have, I think, a higher expectation of having 4 Snapcaster Mages than 4 Midnight Hauntings. And taking out Snapcaster Mage kind of deals with the Midnight Haunting that's at least already in the graveyard.
Right.
Just one man's opinion.
Yeah. No, I don't dislike the Midnight Haunting as a choice because he doesn't really have a lot of like right now. He's trying to just make sure. Like he was probably afraid of Snapcaster Midnight Haunting right there, so that's one of the reasons he may have gotten rid of it.
No, but I mean, if you get rid of Snapcaster instead, you know.
Right, he can Snapcaster Midnight Haunting in response.
That Massacre Worm was brutal against the full 4.
It was fantastic. Yeah, that was.
Right now, Chris is like, man, what if I just didn't flash back that turn? Was it Ponder again?
Yeah, it's like another Ponder from Zack, and Chris with just nothing. Zack looks like he's going to keep. Yeah.
He's going to have to snag,
draw.
Right?
Yeah, I think so. Havengul Lich, and Chris is going to scoop it up and take it to game 3. That was awesome.
Wow.
I like that. I mean, it was all about Heartless Summoning, sticking, obviously, the first one.
I think it had nothing to do with Heartless Summoning. I hate to break it to you.
How did he cast Massacre Worm without Heartless Summoning?
With his lands. Well, he had enough.
Did he have 6? I thought he cast the Massacre Worm.
He had more than enough at the end.
Well, at the end, after he would have been dead. You know what I mean?
He wasn't dead.
Well, he would have been... I guess he could have waited another turn. I don't remember how many lands he had in play, but
now
either
I just
way,
want to play
I
with
still think it was awesome.
Forget about Heartless Summoning.
It's
that
like
seems
a bad
awesome.
Elish Norn, kind of. I mean, it's cool when it does all that damage.
It's less lands than Elish Norn.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's to me, I'm like, I'd rather have Elish Norn as much as. I guess it's great when you get. I mean, it's great in that spot. It was awesome.
I mean, it Canugs them for 8.
Yeah, that spot.
Canugging the op for 8 is pretty awesome. I thought that game was just over on turn 2.
Me too. It was
like miss your land drop. They reveal
that's one of the reasons it was awesome too, because you know it's like everything seems to be going wrong for Zack.
Ice cold beer here.
Everything was going wrong. So like he misses land drop. Chris has a turn 1 Delver, flips it off a Mana Leak. I mean, how much better of an opener do you want as a Delver player?
Oh, that's the maximum opener.
Right, and your opponent missed a land drop. Like, not only did you get the best
like you
on your side, but they didn't get it.
You look at your opening hand, and you see like the little ESPN check mark in the bottom right. You know.
Yeah.
When you're about to
your
poker,
opponent
they put
ponders and misses a land drop. Like how? It's not even that he missed his land drop. He pondered and missed a land drop.
You know the ESPN check mark, like when they say that this guy has the uncrackable hand. Now they're like,
oh
check.
Yeah, I don't watch it too much, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's funny.
All right, I don't think they're going to change their sideboards very much for game 3.
No, I think they're already shuffling up.
I don't even know what Zack brought in.
Well, we saw the Revoke Existence, right? What Zack brought in, sorry.
Yeah. No, Entomber Exarch, right? He drew that.
We saw Sever the Bloodline.
So I guess he brings down his curve with the Entomber Exarch, putting in a 4 that profoundly brings down Spencer's curve.
Well, look, he brought in Extraction. He brought in Black Sun Zenith because he doesn't have those main. He brought in Sever. He brought in Entomber Exarch.
So he brought in a whole different deck.
Did we see anything else? No. That was all we saw as far as sideboards go. So, yeah, he changed it significantly, but wow. So we've mentioned Brad Nelson and Jerry Thompson are here. They will be coming into the booth after this round, I believe. Is that correct? Are they just coming to chat? Is that the plan?
They're here to talk about
Oh, they have
their next challenge.
they're going to talk about the Brad versus Jerry challenge. Okay, cool. So we'll be seeing those guys momentarily, and you will want to see them. You will
See
you
them
will
being
want
the
to.
operator.
Those of you right now, maybe not paying attention to the screen, just listening, because I know I do that sometimes. Sometimes I put it
don't.
on while I'm driving. You might want
You're
to,
so good. I told you before, when I watch it, I feel like you're looking straight at me.
because I am. That's what I imagine. I imagine Michael Flores' face right there. Even right now, I'm doing it while
you're looking at the
I'm
monitor.
looking. When I look at the camera now, I'm still imagining your face.
Right now, I'm looking at.
I used to have a picture
Malin-
of you that I put there, but
Oh.
my other commentators didn't like that. So, all right, we have
I'm looking at Malin
turn one
Ackerman from
Delver.
Watchmen.
So look, here we go. Chris Boozer has a turn one Delver off an island, and Zack with a turn one Ponder.
So Chris's deck has no Gataxian Probe. What's up with these guys with no Gataxian Probe these days?
Needed to make room for Midnight Haunting.
He only has Ponder for his cantrip. That's it. Oh, two. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a
Scour.
little old school. I like
Delver
Gataxian
flips
Probe.
off of, was it I didn't see what it was. It may have been Celestial Purge. There's a Celestial Purge there.
And another Delver. I like it. I like it loose.
Zack
Heartless Summoning.
has
Yep.
the Heartless Summoning.
But
All
there's a
right.
Celestial Purge.
Yeah, there's no chance that's sticking around.
You got to get it now.
Do it now before Zack gets value out of it. There it is. Okay. Celestial Purge, Heartless Summoning exiled.
I love Celestial Purge. It's like so
Me
not an
too.
overpowered card, and it's just like it just feels so good so often. You
It
know?
does. So Delver and Flip Delver get in, and Zack has another Heartless Summoning. So Chris did not have a third land that
okay.
turn. No, it's okay, but theoretically, if he had the third land and then the fourth land, he could Snapcaster Celestial Purge. That's where I was going with that. But he
He's
does
probably got a leak or something.
now have his third land, and it is Vault of the Archangel.
Predict a
Meantime,
leak.
Zack is getting demolished by Delvers. And Tumor X, he does not have a leak. I don't know. Well, maybe he does. But in Tumor
Reading
Exarch, in Tumor Exarch, it's a Negate, Snapcaster, Intangible Virtue, Delver hand for Chris. So, and we were saying in Tumor Exarch, kind of like a duress. Return target creature. I'm sorry, it's that's one of the choices. But target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-creature, then that player discards that card. So
It's weird, like those cards are so good, but the hand is kind of janky. Agree or no?
Yeah. I mean,
Hulk, what do you think? Hulk smash. Hulk always just wants
I mean
to
that's what
smash.
Chris has been doing, smashing with the Delvers.
What do you take there? I think you got to take the Snapcaster because otherwise he's going to go Snapcaster.
It's non-creature. He can't take
Oh,
Snapcaster. yeah.
non-creature?
It's like just
Oh.
like duress. So
Oops,
he gets rid of the
sorry.
negate. I mean, I would have. I don't know if I would have taken negate or virtue because right now virtue seems pretty bad.
and
too.
it's a revoke.
All right, revoke existence on the top for Chris.
Yeah,
and,
revoke that, and then play the other Delver, I guess. He can't defend a. Oh, he's like a. I think he's playing scared of the. Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. He's put him to 3. All right, never mind. There's no reason to play in a Black Sun Zenith. Or Massacre Worm.
Right. You can't get a Massacre
Massacre
Worm
Worm's
out
bad
now.
enough,
I think
yeah.
Zack's done. Yeah.
Yep.
Chris Boozer with Blue-White Delver defeats Zack Hicks with Blue-Black Heartless Summoning.
Amazing comeback for Zack Hicks in game 2.
That was super exciting.
But
yeah.
I mean, in the long run, I really think this is a badly mismatched